How's it going, family? I'm Bibi here with day 7 of the 12 days of anime. So today we are going to be opening up a figure, and this is a figure that I have had for quite a while. I've been meaning to open her up for like 3 years now. And that is of my beautiful Love Live figure. So this here is of Eli Ayase. This is a Love Live School Idol Festival figure and is a part of the Love Live School Idol Festival line of figures, because Muse in Love Live has 9 girls. This is a 9 figure collection. I haven't actually finished this collection. I still need one more figure from this line. I know you would have thought that I would have finished it by now, but these are expensive. This cost me 13,660 yen, which is a lot of money. I'll have on the screen around about how much in New Zealand dollars that is, because I ain't mathing that in my head. But yes, she released back in December of 2017. So again, I have had her in her box for frickin' ages. And I got her from AmiAmi as a pre-order. You can get her off of AmiAmi new, as well as pre-owns are usually floating around quite frequently. So if you do want to pick up Eli, I've left a few links down below to where you can get her if you want to get her for yourself. She is a beautiful figure. This is made by Ulta, which is like the medium to high tier costing figures, and you can tell that this is like a high-end figure because they make exquisite work of these figures. I'm so happy with the ones that I've got, and I'm pretty sure that I'll be happy with this figure once she is out of her box. So speaking of which, let's get her out of her box. So taking a quick look at the box, Ulta always does beautiful boxes, and this one is definitely the same. The one downside with Ulta's boxes is that they do take up a lot of room. I like to keep my boxes and I don't like to break them down, which means they take up a lot of space. On these boxes there are a lot of logos plastered all over the place, so then you know that this is a legitimate figure. We always have to take a look for the Ulta branding, as well as any of the other telltale signs that this is a genuine figure. This is why I always show the boxes on camera. And of course there is the authentication little sticker down the bottom. And we are finally getting Eli out of her box. She smells very much like plastic. Not surprised, considering it has been 3 years. She does come with some instructions, so I'll have to make sure to go and check that out when I'm putting her together. So let's take her out of her plastic wrapping and see what she comes with. So the first thing I see is her microphone. This microphone is absolutely adorable. It has some beautiful blue roses and some crystals and bows, and I absolutely love it. Another thing that I love about these figures are their bases. They always make such really nice bases for these figures. Unfortunately, they're always really big as well. Taking Eli out of the plastic, she does have a lot of plastic all over her, which is good to see because we always want our figures to be nice and wrapped so then they don't get damaged. And she also comes with a giant bow, which this bow is very hefty. It feels like some sort of rubber type of plastic. One thing I will say though is that the joint between the middle of the bow and the end of the bow ribbons does feel very fragile, like that they could snap, so you've got to be very careful. And make sure that you're using both hands so then you're not putting extra weight onto that little part of the bow, because I could see that breaking very, very easily. Now let's take a closer look at Ellie. So she has an adorable little hat that has a musical note on the top. She is very sparkly. She has sparkles all over her, which I am absolutely living for. I absolutely love the colour scheme of her outfit. The blacks and the golds and the blues and all the reds, it all just comes together so nicely. It's very Christmas themed, so that's why I wanted to open her during December. So as you see, she does have a little hole in the back side of her, and that's where we put her giant bow, so that's good to see that we can do that. As you can see, she has a lot of gold around. She has gold trimmings and gold bracelets and little chains, and everything is just stunning. I absolutely love this outfit. And as we come down, you can see her skirt has lots of frills and extra little bows. Even her gloves have sparkles in them as well, so that's really nice. The one thing that I absolutely love as well are her boots. Her boots are just the cutest little things. Oh, I missed a little bit of sellotape or plastic or something there. But if you take a close look at her outfit, as you can see, like her boots, they are two different types of boots. She's got like a high heel with little bows, which, by the way, absolutely love those bows. They are just the cutest little things as well. And then she's got a long boot, which is rather interesting as well. And of course we have to check out the panties, because why not? And they're very frilly, so there's a 360 of her. As I said, this outfit is stunning. There's no paint defects on this figure, no paint splotches, no paint chips. Her facial expression is adorable. I haven't found anything wrong with this figure. She's been in her box for 3 years and it is just pristine. So we have finally got Ellie out of her box, and my god, is she beautiful. I am in love with her. She has so many beautiful things going on in this figure. One of my favourite parts of this figure is the top of her outfit and her sleeves. Her gloves and her top both have gold glitter in it, and it is so pretty. It is just the most cutest thing ever. This feels very Christmassy, even though like it's not supposed to be Christmassy, but it feels very Christmassy. The one thing that I found that I didn't like about this figure when I was putting it together was I got her onto her stand easily, but when I decided that I wanted to take her off of her stand, I couldn't get it off. I was pulling really hard to the point that I was like, I'm going to end up snapping her off, or like I'm going to end up breaking the base, or the peg's going to break off in her foot, or like her foot's going to break. Something was going to break and I did not like that. I did manage to get her off of her base, which is good. The other thing that was a pain was her bow. Now, this bow, I found this part here, because of how heavy this plastic is, it's kind of like a rubber. And here it feels very, very fragile, like it could snap. And when I was putting it, excuse me, I'm all hiccupy. When I was putting it into the back of her skirt, it almost felt like that it was the wrong size. It was only until I got her onto her base, put the frills into the bottom of the base, because there were pegs to put in. You had to actually attach it, which was not an easy thing to do either because of how fragile this felt. You had to be very careful because this was not attached at that point in time. And then you were able to get the bow attached to her back. So there was a little bit of finagling to actually get this working, and I'm so glad that I did not break her, because I would have cried if I broke her, because she has been in her box since 2017, and if I broke her after having her in the box for so long, yeah, I would have just thrown a fit. The other things that I love about this figure is her expression is just beautiful. I love the little details with her outfit. Just all of the intricate little bits and pieces, from her tie to the belt and even on the microphone. There are all of these little bits and pieces that make it all come together. It is just so beautiful, and I love the music theme. Like, the one thing that I loved about this figure when I first saw that it came out was just the whole music theme in general, because I'm a very musical person and this resonated with me. So I really wanted this figure, and I don't know why it took so long to get it out of his box, but I'm so glad that I finally have her out. The one thing I will say is that her base is huge, which means you have to have the space to put her somewhere. So that's something that I'm kind of wrestling with. I don't have a lot of space for figures, and the fact that she has such a large base is a bit of a problem. I also love her just boots and the little bows. The little bows are just the cutest on her shoes. This whole outfit, just, I am in love with it. I cannot say enough how much I love this figure, and for the amount that you buy it for, it is actually reasonably well priced. I believe when I got her, it was a little bit higher than the rest of the figures in this line, but it is well worth it. If you like Ellie, and even if you're not a Love Live fan, but you like this outfit, or you like the idea of, you know, an actual idol looking figure, because that's the other thing with a lot of the other figures when it comes to Love Live, is a lot of them, they, because of the fact that they're coming from the School Idol Festival game and the outfits in the game, some of them don't actually look like idols as such. For example, Hanyo's one, she looks more like, I don't know, I was gonna say cheerleader, but it's not really cheerleader. She's marching band, you know. She's got the sailor outfit, and she's waving around some flags. It doesn't really scream music, but this does. This just screams music, and they could just buy this by itself and have it at that, because she is a great piece just as a standalone piece, to be honest. The sculpt is beautiful in this figure. Her hair has a little bit of different colours in it. It's not as textured and shaded as a lot of the other figures, which is a shame, but I kind of feel like that it doesn't need it, because she's such a I was gonna say vivacious figure. Like, she's such an out there, you know, in your face. Her outfit's just very wow. So I feel like that she doesn't really need much differentiation with colours in her hair when it comes to the different blondes. There is a little bit, there's different tones of yellow there, but not a lot. It's very subtle, which I think it's just enough. I do feel that they also used just enough shading in the skin tones as well. She has a little bit of pink here and there, and like her shoulders and the creases of her arms. They've done the coloration on her skin and her hair, and even like on her face and her eyes and stuff. It's all done very well. The only negatives I have to say about this figure is about the bow. Like, I love the bow. I do absolutely love the bow, but it was a pain in the ass to put on, and as I said, it's very fragile. It feels like that it could snap, so you've got to be very, very careful when you're putting it on, and there's a specific way to put it on. You've got to have her on her base, you've got to then put these on the base and then put it in, which kind of seems weird. It should really seem like that you could put her on the base, put this in, and then attach it to the base, but for some reason I couldn't get it to work that way. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but that's the way that it worked for me. I do love the colorations in the bow though, and I love the metallic blue that is on the inside of the bow and the ribbon part as well. It all just comes together very nicely. So all in all, this figure is just absolutely stunning, and I'm very, very happy with it. So what do you think of this figure? Have you bought this one or any of the other figures from this line? Let me know down in the comments below. I look forward to reading them all. While you're there, please make sure to go and check out all my social media links. They're down in the description below. And if you want to help out the channel and donate, you can do it one of two ways. You can either donate through Ko-Fi, you can become a member for 99 cents, and if you do so, you'll get a bunch of really cool emotes that you can use in comments as well as my live streams. I made them myself, and I want to try and keep it as cheap as possible, so 99 cents a month. I really hope that you like the emotes that I made, and if you want to help out even more, I do have a Patreon, and if you do become a patron, you can get an awesome shout out just like Bernard, Linwood, Garfield, Tracy and Chloe. They're all awesome people tiers, and you can become one as well. So from Mika, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this, hit that notification bell to become an early bird on the channel, and I'll see you next time for the next day of the 12 days of anime. Bye bye!